Hello everyone, this is Dan from Tascode.com and welcome to another video about the crossword. So I made a new release with a few features, added features in it, which is pretty great. Um, those ones are going to tackle the login. Okay, so based on your status, if you're an anonymous user, you might have access, you might get access to the crossword, or if you're a logged in user, you might have access or not. So based on these two uh, rules, you might have access to your crossword or no. So you can restrict it the way you want it. Okay. So I added two more pages, so user access. So in here, you're gonna have two rules for anonymous users and logged in users. Okay, we're gonna get into that in just a moment. And another page, the releases and how to. So every time I'm gonna do a release, this is on the premium version, on the free version as well. It's this page exists. So whenever I'm gonna do a release, I'm gonna add in here and I'm gonna add a few things that I changed or anything like that. Or if you have, if you wanna look more in depth, check out that tasco.com website, the one that I have. And another tab there is it's how to. Okay, so I'll be trying to make videos every time I make a new release and put it here, link it here in the releases and how to as well, which are pretty handy for a lot of people because you never know when you're gonna need it. So this time we have the user access and the user delegating access to a non-admin person into your website into the plugin actually, right? Only to the plugin. Okay. So if we go into the crosswords, I added a new icon here which the functionality of it is to give access or not to a person. Okay, so if we look in here, I have for crossword, new crossword with ID 3. I haven't given access to, so I restricted the access for anonymous user. Okay, and the other one is I restricted access to logged in users and anonymous users. Okay, so if you're gonna click on this and give access or not, you have to so to make sure this is restricting access. Okay, you are restricting. Okay, you're not allowing them to play. Okay, unless so you have to be logged in now. Okay, for this you have to be logged in and have some, I don't know, that user have to have like, I don't know, access to or like a user metadata value or something like that. Okay, it's up to you. So someone buys a premium, they have to have, certain values, all right? Probably gonna do a video in the future about it, how to do it as well. So we have to set up the user access, okay? So if restricting to anonymous users, um, so let's show how it's gonna look now. So if I'm gonna go into post, I created a new one, advanced. So let's have a look how it's gonna look when you don't set it up, okay? Um, I said not logged in. Still logged in because we haven't. So anonymous users, you have to be logged in, right? Um, what is that? This is how it's gonna look like. Okay, it's not much. So we have a section here. The plugin is not gonna show, not no data of the plugin is gonna load into this page. Okay, so everything that is done before loading the crossword. Okay, so it's pretty fast into that regard. So okay, so let's customize it and how we can actually do some magic in here so we can display some message. Okay, so we go back in here and say user access. Okay, so for anonymous users, we want to display an image, all right? So display a crossword image. I don't know, let's grab this one or, you know, you can make your own copy image address. And then I'm gonna paste it in here. Is that okay? So in here, it's gonna ask us when that person is gonna click on that small square, where is it gonna take us? If you leave it default, it's gonna take you to the login page. Okay. Um, If you put your own, if you have a different URL, some people have different URLs for login, it's going to take you your own URL, right? If you leave it empty, it's going to take you to URL, to your login default one, and the callback on it is going to be the crossword. All right, so I'm going to show you in just a moment. And now we can actually put some HTML in here. We can say you need to be logged into Play. Uh, and then we can put a button, and then we can say click here to log in. All right. So if you don't know HTML, you can just put some text and that's it. Or yeah, most of you know this HTML, or you can look up online how to put some HTML and that's it. So I'm gonna save it, and I'm gonna go back to my page here, and I'm gonna refresh it. So this is how it's gonna look like. Okay, you can create a fancier image or anything like that. So the event is going to be triggered when you click on this uh, transparent kind of opaque with opacity square rectangle. Okay, it's not the actual button. Okay, so if you see, if you click here, it's gonna take me to the login. Okay, so so that's kind of, you restrict access to anonymous users. So I'm gonna click on it. I'm gonna show you how to customize it as well if you want to. So I'm gonna say demo. I created already a user. Right. So once I log in, it's gonna redirect me to the crossword, and I can actually play it. Okay. This is available in the free version as well. So okay. So what's gonna happen now if I want to customize it for? I want to customize it for logged in users. So say I have a pool of 100 users. Okay, so I want them to pay. You can give them access for a while, and then you want them to pay for it. I don't know, for half a year or something like that. Okay, they buy the product, and then in the user metadata, you can add some, I don't know, numbers as dates or ranges, and then you can filter who has access or not. Okay, so in here we can say, I don't know, uh, buy product, buy premium. We can put a buy premium image, images, something like this, or I don't know. Okay, and then you can put a, I'm not quite sure if this image is gonna work, but okay, so in here you can actually put a link to your product, what you want to for someone to buy. Okay, so down here we can say, okay, paragraph, please buy the premium pack. Okay, right, I'm gonna save it now. Right, and I'm gonna go back to my refresh it. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put on this. Save it here. What I didn't do, I didn't restrict it on there. So apply the rules for logged in users as well. So I go back, now refresh it. Now I should have it. Please buy the premium pack. Okay, so if I'm gonna click on it, it's gonna take me nowhere because I don't have a link. Okay, I don't know. Let's put this link just for the sake of example. For this example, logged in users. Okay, that image is not good. No, that should work. Okay, so going back here, refresh it, and now where is my text? My text disappeared. Anyway, I'm gonna fix that. I'm not quite sure what's the issue here, but you get the point, right? Um, if I put it over, okay. I'm not quite sure exactly what's the problem here, but you get my point, right? It takes you to a product. Okay, all right, this is the one. I don't know. I think it's displaying. Oh, please buy the premium pack. So it's not really visible. Here you go. It's right here. Um, yeah, so it's gonna take me to that page. So this is how it actually works. All right. So I'm logged in and you have different rules, all right? So the other thing that I want to show you and how to give access, the other feature that I have here is giving to, let's say, to this person um, access. So let's say you have an employee that, or I don't know, someone that actually can create crosswords for you or give access or anything like that. So how would you actually give access to a person uh, on a specific pages, right? So in here we have create, read, update. One of the accesses or delete, all right, and the rest are just the full access on these pages. I'm going to show you in just a moment. So in here it says you're gonna need you're gonna need a user role editor. For that, it's another plugin that I recommend. So I'm gonna say add new, and I'm gonna say here user role editor. Okay, uh, role editor. So this one is with the masks. It's my this is the one that I recommend for user capabilities and roles. Okay, so I installed that and activated. Okay, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go here to my demo, right? And if we go back, now we have, is it? Okay. So we go users and then user role editor. Okay. So in here, it says user subscriber. Okay. So we want to add, first of all, we want to add capabilities, and the capabilities, I just showed them here. Um, crossword release and how to, is it going? No, it's not going. Okay. So this one is the first one, create, read, update crossword. So we want to have that one first, add capability. Another one, uh, we want delete. Um, yeah, next one, create, read, update for settings, and so on and so forth. Okay. The rest of them are just full access. Okay, full access to that page. Rules, rules. That's how I call the actual access. User access. Uh, so let's say give releases as well. I'm gonna skip the license though. Okay. So one more and then save. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to my, so we don't want to add capabilities in here because if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna give capabilities to this role to subscriber and we don't want that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to users, and this is pretty important to know, you know. Uh, so I'm gonna go under demo. Oh no, not edit. Sorry. So go over demo and then capabilities. Okay, so if I go to demo, now change capabilities for user demo, right? And then we can search here for crossword. All right, so this is the ones that I added. So if I'm gonna say crossword create read update, okay. So if I go here, I go in my page, the other one where demo resides, and I'm gonna refresh it. Now I have access, that person has access to create read update, okay. So that person can actually create a new one, okay. But what happens is that if they want to delete, they're not gonna be able to delete, okay. So that's way, you know, you are allowing them to actually create but not delete, you know. It's kind of a, you know, someone gets upset on you, you know, you don't want them to delete all your crosswords, all right? So it's a pretty good one. Uh, right, next one, and then we can actually give them delete or not, and then let's say releases, full access, and then update, and then say yes, and we go back and then refresh in here. So this person has access to settings, user access, and how to. Okay. Um, So yeah, this is pretty much it. You can actually delegate access to different users. I think this person has the minimum that you need to have as a role. It has to be, I think, author. I'm not quite sure if it's a subscriber. Is it a subscriber? Is this guy a subscriber or not? I don't know. Might be or not. Okay, so down here you can actually see the capabilities that person has. All right, they can actually see them. Um, okay. All right. So this is pretty much with this version. So if another, okay, so let's say another thing is that let's say this person or you want to display different things in here when you're like on this page on the rules. Or is it? Or it's not going? Okay, so if you let's say you want to add custom work on the login, or what I mean custom work is like when you give access in this page here. Okay, so let's say you want to make that square bigger, or I don't know, anything like that. You can actually customize it with the template that I actually created. So the all the code is pulled from a template. um, So, so the template, I'll just show you in a moment. So template is located into, so if I'm gonna pull this down here, it's located into templates. And what I have to do is to actually grab it, copy, and then paste it into your child theme, okay, inside, besides the function.php. So in here, so as you can see, this is the background image that's gonna be uh, replaced, and this is going to be the text, and as I was saying, this is the on-click event. Okay, so let's say if you want to put an on-click event on a button, I'm gonna grab this thing here. uh, so I'm gonna say like the on-click event, it's like a href. No, it's a on-click equal, and then you have window dot location, the JavaScript and everything in there. So let's say if you want to put like a button, uh, say button, and then in here I can actually put on click, and then I say click here. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah. So this is the anonymous user. So if I'm gonna do the same for logged in, so you get my point, okay? So if you have any text or anything. So another thing is that you can actually change any CSS in here, or the width, the height. You can put a background image in here if you want to. So it's the sky is the limit that you can do in here. So what I have to do, as I said, you copy and paste it into your child theme folder. So from there, whenever the plugin is going to be updated, you're not going to have any issues with that template. Okay. Right, for um, yeah. So here you go, the button here. Click here. So if I'm going to click, it's going to take me to that page, exactly as I was saying. Um, so the other thing that you can actually do, there is another feature that I added. So you can actually add filters. um, okay, so bear with me. So what you can actually do, the filters, if you are familiar with filters in WordPress, if you're a developer, you might have an idea what I'm talking about. So what I'm gonna do, tools, what is that? So if I go to um, theme file editor, so theme file editor. So if I go, so as I said to you, you should always have a child theme, always. So what I'm going to do, select, and then I'm gonna go functions.php, and in here I'm gonna add the filter. Okay, so the filters that I put in is skipping. So let's say you have for anonymous users, you want to give free access to some users that have certain IP address, or they are coming from a certain area in your places, or anything like that. So you can actually do with it. Okay, so what this is gonna do, crossword. Okay, so you're gonna say add filter, and then you're gonna add this part here, and then you're gonna say rules. Okay, and it's gonna take two parameters. So I'm gonna say um, function rules. So I'm gonna say the value, which is always gonna be true, and then it's gonna be the puzzle ID. Okay, so in here you can actually do something like, and it's going to return. Okay, so this is for anonymous users. All right, so you can say, ID is like get current user ID, and then you can actually check. Oh no, no, this is for, sorry, this is for anonymous, so you cannot get the current user ID. So let's say you can get the IP address. Okay, IP address equal to whatever, you get the IP address, and then from there you can actually use I don't know, use a geolocation, and then you get the, so it's a, if they are from London, you don't give them access, or if you are from another city, you give them access, or anything like that. You can do a lot of things, but then you have to say return true or false, okay, if they pass or not. So if it's going to be true, you skip it, okay. If it's false, you're not gonna skip it, okay. So what it does is gonna go and do the rules in here, okay. The other one is crossword, is this one here, rule logged. Okay. The other one was anon. Okay. So uh, it does the same thing. It takes the value, which is always true, as a filter, and then the puzzle ID. And for that one as well, you can do something like get current user ID and then check the metadata of that user. So yeah, it's yeah. If you know rules and everything like that, you can do a lot of things with it. Okay. So you can give a preferential access to the crossword. Right. This is it for this version. I don't know. Is there anything? No, I don't think it's anything else. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Okay. Um, yeah. Good luck, and see you guys on the next video. Take care. Bye bye.